Okay. Oh, it's... Oh. That's problematic.
I didn't expect us to wander into the scene of a murder, but somehow I'm not entirely surprised. Anomalous events have a way of spreading, multiplying.
Howdy, Penguin.
We should find a way inside. There might be clues to what happened, and where Anais's research is now.
Yes, there were 2 anchorites in their own earlier. I only see one body.
They should have been sealed in that room to focus on their studies uninterrupted. No one in or out.
Well,
I suspect the
yes.
missing anchorite knows something at least. We should ask her. Might be some signs in there of where she went. The terminal at Winter's Grasp said Anais' work was sent here. There might be signs of that, or where the missing anchorite got off to.
Okay. Right, pure electrolyte. Let's have a look at this. Nope, not in a talking mood. Ah, vent shaft. Okay. This is presumably how our murderer got in. Right. Anchoress Anya Chow. Do not read. This means you, Wilhelmina. Density is its simplest Southworth. No, she found herself to show that out. Mark Shiftenbrun's belief. Chow appeared worried that the 2 were conspiring about something. An old order research station in Point of Forgetting. Huh. She began believing that Brun intended to abandon the monastery to travel there. When she confronted her cellmate, it was not one she considered it lightly. Yes, they weren't considering it lightly. They were going for straight up murder. Yes, just a bit. Right, story wrapped around the base of our regime. Most of the commands concentrate on this order regime. This virtues of the Marisol's old department. The universal equation should be our primary concern. All else is distraction. Mildly apocalyptic. And body of Empress Chow, blunt force trauma to the head. Huh.
I've had a chance to look around. You seem like you've done a thorough sweep. We should discuss what we've uncovered.
Right, the body was Anchoress Chow.
Poor thing. Blunt force trauma to the occipital lobe, I believe. Possible signs of an altercation. Might have been an accident. Might not have been. Hard to say with just a superficial glance. At the very least, her cloister mate Anchoress Brun has some explaining to do.
Look, did you see what was posted?
A disputation of current order methodology. Focuses mainly on our presiding bishop, but saves ample room for the laureate council and previous regime as well. I believe I got the gist by efficiently skimming. The general concern is that the order has lost its way. My old department is repeatedly mentioned in a favorable light. Anais' work is regarded highly.
Oh dear. And the research?
I saw that. I believe it was Anchoress Chow's diary. Spoke about regular visits by an exemplar Southworth, who requested access to Anais' work. Chow seemed worried they were conspiring about something. That they'd mentioned an old order research station. That old research facility seems the most likely spot to look next. I know the coordinates on Eden. Place by the name of Point Obviation.
What else did you glean?
I don't know what happened to Anchoress Chow, but leaving a body behind is suspicious. And the disputation reads like a call to arms for any fringe thinkers in the Order. There's no destroying the copies at this point, I'm afraid. We're past that. The research is out there. We need a way to keep anyone from taking it up further in the future. If we go in guns blazing from here, it will only continue. We need a plan to annihilate the idea.
What was the idea?
This is the exact sort of work we did at the Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection. Diverting problematic events. We learned how to best respond once things begin to spread. We developed tactics at the Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection to minimize unforeseeable consequences. We can discuss once we see the situation on the ground.
Right, something else I want to check on first.
Fair enough. I understand we're juggling multiple crises.
Yeah. Starting with what's back here. Answer: the toilet. Only one bed? Okay, well, fair enough. That seems like what you'd expect for an anchorite to sell. Little of note and less to work with. So, the anchorite flees via this way, or does the exemplar break in and try to break her out? One or the other. Either way, Chow ends up dead, and we are chasing the apocalypse. So, back to the landing pad and off to Eden once we're clear of the anchorites and the anchor hold in general. Which way is the way out? I think it's this one? Nope, those are the baths. That was the way we came in. This place is a maze. Deliberately so, I suspect. Wait, no, damn it. That was not my best decision ever. Let's see, there should be an exit. You know, it's probably easier just to route through. We end up back at the central courtyard either way. Take a left, take a left. Realise you're going the wrong way. Oh goody, we're actually on the cross bridge that I was trying to get to earlier. Alright, drop down into the library, switch back, and we should be on the main access path. Bingo, there's the orrery, which means we need to turn round to get back to the elevator. Details. Navigation. I'm fine with navigation. Honest. Sort of. Possibly. Maybe. Perhaps. Yoink. Alright, so back to Eden. Point obviation. Okay. Specialized area. What could go wrong? Besides, you know, hoarded killer robots. All right. Definitely bringing Marisol. Yeah, let's bring Niles along. Oh, hey, there are guards here. Right, anchorite run.
Halt! Bye-bye. Cease any and all manner of perambulate.
Hi.
You all are, but unexpected guests are categorically unwelcome here. How'd you even find this place? Maybe I should just shoot you and glean details from your logs.
Marisol, you're up.
Exemplar, if I may.
Never mind.
You recognize such a notable member of our cohort, Marisol Delgado. The end point?
I can't recall if I ended whoever came up with that name. Surely hope so.
You were head causality intercessor of the Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection, right up till the end, correct?
More or less.
Well, what a fortuitous alignment of low probability events this is. Our efforts here are based on your former department. You should confer with Anchoress Brunn straight away.
Okay. Say, when the Anchoress first arrived, was she caked in someone else's blood?
No. As the brain of this operation, she usually leaves that sort of work to Exemplar Southworth here.
Anchoress Brunn caked in blood. That's quite amusing. But no, I escorted her here myself, and surely would have noticed.
Aha.
We actually sought to find you and others of your program, Intercessor Delgado. A serendipitous event, you arriving. Nonetheless, I'd ask you to follow certain precautions. Will you heed all requests and vouchsafe for your colleagues here? Them being unknown to us and all.
We'll mind our manners, Exemplar. I'll see to it.
Thank you.
Then, you may all proceed. You'll find Wilhelmina up the lift, 4th floor.
Welcome to Point Obviation.
Well, thank you. Right, 4th floor. Anything else to
Anchor's
say?
Run is up the lift,
Nope.
4th floor.
Alright, up the lift we go then.
Anchor's Run is continuing Anais' research from Winter's Grasp. I'm sure of it.
Okay.
Long for now, until we can ascertain the best course of action.
Works for me.
Given the security here, if we don't tread lightly, leaving peacefully might not be an option later.
Yep. Yeah, I'm inclined to go with you on that one, Niles. Let's keep it discreet for the moment.
Is that Marisol?
Yes, it is.
Herself. I thought she was a myth.
Let's be on our best behavior. Don't even breathe.
It's nice to be respected, isn't it? Right. Yoink. Probably shouldn't steal the heavy machine gun. Might come back for it later. Hi. Hi. Don't mind us.
Look, everyone! It's the endpoint. Come to join us, I take it.
I do have a unique interest in what you all are doing here.
We might be here to shut it all down, actually, but what was this research anyway? Okay, one order suppressor there. Let's check the side room. It's the toilet. Well, I suppose you're gonna have one. Oh, thank you for the sub. Yay. Right. More order, guys. Yeah, shooting our way out of here might be a little awkward.
I am a long-time vocal exponent of your work, Intercessor Delgado. I hope you don't mind me saying. Go on up. You're expected.
Thank you. Right, Anchoress Brun. This is where not investing in the science skill is.
Away from the research lightly. They require some aggressive convincing.
Okay, what even was this research? Before her death, Anchoress redacted and launched a makeshift satellite into orbit. Right. What it actually did was broadcast an emergency distress signal. The only remaining piece for the satellite is on two purposes. One, as a reminder that every anchorite serves their voluntarily, and two, an assurance that help is neither needed nor on its way, because they jammed the signal. Okay, what else we got? Environmental changes. By observing weather conditions, the anchorite can forecast an optimal day for math. I see. Right, source of outrospection. And, oh, this looks interesting. Ah, an augury focus device. The device has no function and most are cobbled together. Their tactile nature calms the mind. Right, logs, trials and tribulations. Research station 9939 is better known by shorthand. Entry from Sir Bujold. Okay, so feasibly volatile atomical electrodynamics research. We face constant tribulations. We might have achieved ascension. This was in a bottle. Test chamber alphas where the mathematical magic happens. Simulating the entirety of everything in a chamber no larger than the Earth, so the bolt was going to be safe. This was not reckless science. Ah, so they were trying to start a small universe. Fresh restart, modern test chamber alphas refurbished. Wait. an ace is in on this. The test chamber has been remodeled into a new anchor hold for Anchoress Brun, who has exemplary oversight for all new trials. Oh. Oh. Anais has come round on this.
Oh, who's this?
Hi.
Oh, yes, I remember you. We met earlier at the site of my former seclusion. I've heard much of your exploits since. If I recall correctly, you helped me prove my argument that pacifism always presents the best options. I admit I have modified that opinion slightly since then.
We
I
noticed.
understand you allowed Seer Wiley to go free, yes? Once was a time I would have made that exact same decision. And as for you, I've been informed that you're Marisol Delgado. I've read your file. An impressive body of work, though often quite mortiferously inclined.
Less so over time. There were too many pesky repercussions, I came to find.
Yes, well, to what do we owe the pleasure? Are you familiar with our goals? Come to join up, perhaps, or should I say re-enlist?
Okay, you seem pretty unfazed by Anchoress Chow's death.
A truly unfortunate accident. I had posted my disputation and stated my intention to leave. We argued heatedly. Objects were thrown. She stumbled and fell badly. We try to honor her loss. Such tragedy only underlines the importance of our endeavors here. Each day the equation remains unsolved. Countless more tragedies occur. We must succeed at the soonest possible haste.
You realise that boils down to
Solve the
ending the
disputation, though.
universe?
Tell me, what did you think? You read it, yes?
It suffered a willful absence of both title sheet and Oxford. Commas, remind me the rest.
You're right, it did. Normally, I'm the soul of fastidiousness, I assure you. I hope you can forgive my unconscionable error as I summarize my main points.
Go on.
We'll overlook it this one time. Go on.
Surely you're aware of the myriad errors of our current presiding bishop and previous regime. One of whom shut down the division that operated here, the other squandered it. Our sect aims to end human suffering, sooner than later. We've taken great inspiration from your former department, from their methods and their science. To solve the universal equation in our lifetime requires bold action, clever calculation, and assiduous work.
So, how did you end up here? Explorers Exemplar Southworth was involved, yes?
Yes, we have Grace, that is Exemplar Southworth, to thank for that. Her visits to the anchor hold were quite thought-provoking, as was the research she showed me from Sia Bujold. Bujold's thinking was unconventional, ahead of her time. Why, in fact, she's here with us now today, overseeing an experiment that proves her researchers' theories.
The one that
Really?
we
Seer Bujold is here, at present, in this
filed
facility?
under
The one
Cataclysm.
we're presently standing in?
How long has she been working here?
Not long at all. We reached out to her on Cloister. She agreed to join us immediately. If you thought her work before was captivating, wait until you hear the experiment she's overseeing now.
And now I'm
The intent is to
terrified.
represent the building blocks of the universe within a test chamber, then extrapolate data revealing the universal equation from the micro-universe it forms.
Sounds like it could change everything, one might say.
Yeah.
See for yourself. As former colleagues, I'm sure you'd like to reacquaint. Go on. I'll call down to let her know you're coming.
Don't proto-universes kind of expand and explosively remove everything that's, you know, there before them?
Yes, she's monitoring the experiment. I'll have elevator access unlocked so you can join her. Do please stay in the observation area, though. The work is quite delicate.
Ah, thank you.
Further after you check over Sia Bujold's work and the experiment concludes. Oh, so exciting.
This is going to end badly, isn't it? All right, research observation. Hello,
How much
everyone.
longer do you predict preparations will take?
Almost ready. Perfect timing for my former colleague to peer review my work. I'll press them to verify my settings. Thereupon, we will begin.
Splendid. While others pontificate, we act. I await word of our success with bated breath.
Hi. Don't mind me, I'm just going to have a look at your logs. Big picture. Volatile, junk scientism, yeah, there's some capabilities. We get a big picture and a small one. Alright. If it was so promising, why was it facilitated? Terms were fundamentally flawed. Celestial slosh. Might even cause a catastrophic cascade and potentially overwrite our own universe. Merely improbable. Merely. Back to work. Scientism marches on. Trial preparations in process. Spawn a mini-universe. How do you intend to shut it down? Test chambers controlled. Oxygen detected. Initiation unready. Okay. So we could, if necessary, make sure there was still oxygen in the chamber. I suppose we better talk.
Head Intercessor Delgado. What an opportune time for you to appear. At the perfect moment to assist our experiment.
What in the endless void are you?
Shh. Comms off, but others are near. I need your aid before this ridiculous affair careens into disaster.
Go on.
Can I rely on you this time? Or will you already intend on scurrying away again?
We'll do whatever you need.
The test involves 4 stations. Each represents one of the fundamental building blocks of the universe. Uranium gas, macro-ivs, nucleons, N-rays. All the usual stuff.
Okay.
That test chamber is where all are meant to mix. To simulate a mini-universe I can apply my theories to, pull data from, and deduce the universal equation in a reduced time frame. We know what happens if that's successful, so I need you to muck with each station's settings, then initiate the experiment.
Okay, what does muck with and it's making me like I'm terrible at that.
You don't remember us discussing this before Winter's Grasp? Too many competing crises, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. Years ago, I was kicked out of the Order for research deemed dangerous. A means of sidestepping much of what's presumed required to solve the universal equation, using a series of reasoned shortcuts and educated postulations.
And definitely not
The idea
blind
was,
guesswork.
Theoretically, it would hurry the process along, so the equation could be solved in our lifetime. It was completely unorthodox.
Since then, I calculated what might occur if my work was completed. And there's a big chance of subsequent events leading to a universal end.
Oops.
So the stakes are everything.
When we destroyed the original copies of her research at Winter's Grasp, I discovered someone else was continuing her work, which led us here.
Terrific. Okay. Right, I'm still clear exactly what I need to do with the experiment.
All you need to do is adjust each station's settings slightly. Things will cascade from there. Remember, subtlety is required.
Yes, if we alter the experiment input data in a less than delicate fashion, Brun will notice, I assure you.
The guards on the second floor won't appreciate visitors, so avoid getting spotted. Here's a maintenance key. Head down the vent.
Right, consider the experiment mucked with.
It's only the fate of the galaxy riding on it, so perhaps try to be careful.
No pressure. Right. Switch my grenades.
I'm no tenured archivist, but that sounds dangerously unstable. Oh well.
not that way. Do 2 meters.
Get in a good sleep cycle. These constant permutations upsetting everyone's natural logarithms.
All right, scan on. Okay. Toggle uranium flow. It is an inordinately tricky mass that all components are tested in a correct manner. For the seemingly infinite time maximum flow, the flow system 500 gallons per minute. Test results will be entirely skewed. Alright. Lock the final settings. Toggle uranium flow. So we are down 1. What is the Xyranium flow currently at? Wait, it's less than maximum, isn't it? So, oh, hang on, what's this? Ideal setting 400 per minute, do not alter. Okay, so that's contributing 400 a minute. 300 a minute, so we've got 700 a minute coming through at the moment. What's this third one? Don't know. But we need less than 500 gallons per minute. So if we shut down the 300, that will leave us with a total flow rate of 400 gallons per minute. And another note. Ideal setting 200 per minute, do not alter. Okay, so 400. Yeah, so there we are. Lock that in at 400. Experiment is mucked with. Okay, clear. Card is still on the quiet. Shush. Okay. Right, as much as MAs acts as a capable proxy for the cosmic forces, MAs must fire continuously. Failsafe measures are accessible in the ventilation shafts. The failure of a single failsafe could be acceptable. Use the failsafe switch in the room and not the one in the ventilation shaft. Because if something goes wrong, it's more difficult to detect if the one in the vent has been thrown. So there's a switch in the vent that needs to get thrown. But we can be a bit more subtle about the rest. Examine. Once locked, MA settings will no longer be modifiable. Okay, pop the vent shaft. Now, where's this N-ray? Failsafe. Aha. Disable. Okay, so we have a slightly intermittent supply of N-rays. That should do the trick. Okay, we'll lock that off. Shush. Shush, 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 shush. Okay. Next concern. Right. Pre-configured Alta Vitae samples, unconfigured Alta Vitae sample. Unconfigured sample. Where's the pre-configured one? Right, this sample can be sent out via sample. Pre-configured samples on hand ready to protect the point time. Okay, so we need to send a carefully reconfigured Alta-Vita mixture, which is where exactly? Already in the machine. Nope. Come on, where are you? Ah, there you are. Right, reconfigured sample. We'll just mash these up. Combine the samples into something particularly strange. Let's go with that. Medical up. Yoink. There we go. Right, let's send this up the pipe.
Trust that is the sound of science going exceptionally well.
Oh yes, it is. Thank you. Don't mind us. Shush, 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 shush. Okay, what have we got? Weird looking rock. This one, do not attempt to rewire the system and alter the wattage of the device. Oh, well, in that case, who am I to object? It's almost impossible to create the necessary electrochemical reaction necessary to simulate the wide array of elements required. Just leave it alone, please. Oh, well, it would be a shame if someone rotates it 0.01 degrees counterclockwise. Yoink! Macrave is starting. Your changes here should have some effect on the experiment results. Right. Okay, I think... yeah, we have successfully mucked with all 4 rooms. Let's get out of here. We'll leave him to his singing. How do I get back into the vent shaft? Through here, I think. Now, hopefully, we have successfully rigged the experiment that it will all go sideways in suitably spectacular fashion. Subtly, carefully. Where's the exit again? Ah, here we are. Up, up and up. Had to take a bit of a guess on the Xyranium.
If you're done evaluating my work and all settings are final, enter the terminal command to void the oxygen from the test chamber. The experiment will then begin.
Let's get to it.
Scrambling those settings.
All right. Test chamber controls. Purge oxygen. Purging oxygen.
Did it work? Did it work? See, was it a success? What happened?
Hold the applause just yet. I need to run the numbers. I'm sending the others back up to you. They can describe the proceedings in detail.
I shall await their arrival. Anchor's Brun out. That is how these messages end, yes? If not, farewell.
Yes, we have hopefully pear-shaped this.
But she won't accept this lightly. We'll need to do more.
Yes, our next steps here will be crucial. I know this type of mission well. Granted, my targets were always meticulously well researched beforehand.
Well, we're improvising.
To convince her, destroy her logic, end this research for good.
Or we could shoot her. This is going to involve math, isn't it?
All it requires is a forceful array of incisive argumentation, logical reasoning, coercive persuasion, and cognitive contortioning.
We're doomed.
You mean one of our old brain-off maneuvers? Really? That's what the rank and file in our old department used to call it. Provost Bolding considered it a casual moniker unbefitting of an order scientician.
Make Brun give up on science, logic, and reason entirely. Then no one will ever dare continue the research again. Between you and Marisol, it should be a light challenge. Easy.
Good. None of that sounds particularly easy.
A brain-off against an Order anchorite isn't entirely without risk. We could employ certain other methods to deal with her. From our former department's playbook.
Oh, yes, a book you wrote titled
Yoink.
Making an Execution Look Like an Accident. Despite the moral quandary ideally involved, unseen consequences still abound.
That's hyperbolic at best. Data suggests significantly fewer unpredicted outcomes than outright murder, if properly executed. And I'm quite capable of skewing results in our favor.
And here I thought you'd begun to change.
Okay, what are the potential drawbacks to a logic bomb?
Success isn't guaranteed. A fair degree of cleverness is required. But you would have the help of someone reasonably intellectually nimble.
Oh, thank you.
I would be willing and on hand to assist. And the other option would remain if we botch it.
Okay, Niles?
I've seen plenty of folks shot. Never seen a logic bomb brain off. That's getting my vote.
Yeah, I thought it might. Alright. Let's convince Anchoress Brunn she's an utter failure, but try to leave her alive.
Thank you for listening. That's a relief.
Honestly, I'm relieved as well. I have been trying to be different. From the person others believe me to be.
Hey, murder's still an option.
If you're retiring as the endpoint, we'll need to find you a colorful new sobriquet.
The midpoint? This is my first brain off. Any advice?
Typical argumentation may prove useless, and she'll likely see through most attempts at deception. Be clever, unpredictable, surprise her.
Ladies and gentlemen,
In the
the
event
Chewbacca
you should
hypothesis.
fail, you'll need a viable backup plan, or it will erase any chance of success completely. The Anchoress is housed in a test chamber similar to this one. It's been refurbished with some rather tacky furniture, but much of the old experimental apparatus remains. There is a hatch near the elevator upstairs. An external ledge leads to a vent system that can connect the two chambers. Doing so will expose the Anchoress to a lethal atmosphere. I'll need to make an announcement afterward that an accident has occurred tied into the experiment.
For an extemporaneous plan, it's not a bad one. What if the Anchoress realizes what we're doing and calls for help?
I'll cut off her comms when she begins pleading. Oh, that sounds even more heartless when I say it out loud. Please choose wisely.
Alright, we should go.
Here's the hatch key in case you need it. May all your endeavors elicit expected results.
I hope not. I expect this one to require...
Do keep out.
well, murder. Also, the unforeseen consequences of this are completely foreseen. They involve about 24 very angry guards. Alright, let's go, Logic Bomber. Person far smarter than any of us. How could that go wrong? What else we got here? Orb of Pondering. What's the cosmos but a series of interconnected orbs? We shall, in fact, ponder the orb. There's prototypes of orbital bell. Further study was abandoned since, well, exhaustion was spent, but nothing more than its own irrelevance. Well, I'm glad that worked out. Ah, the orb of greater pondering. Ponder from a safe distance. Hang on, aren't these the... Huh. Isn't... Are you sure that one's bigger? Anyway, details. Let's go logic bomb someone.
There you are. You saw the experiment through to the end, yes? The data hasn't arrived yet, so please do tell. Was it as beautiful as I imagined? Any inklings to the result?
It failed
Perhaps
utterly.
I oughtn't to have recloistered myself till after the experiment concluded, Well, don't just stand there. Tell me everything.
I don't think the universe was supposed to be that colour. It looked hungover.
What? Are you all right? Did you hit your head coming up here? I mean, What is that supposed to mean? It couldn't. Wait. Wait.
Okay, keep pushing her on the irrational side.
Through your understanding of what's gone awry.
The experiment was deeply flawed on a conceptual level.
Really? In what way?
The test assumes universal constants never varied. Can you be absolutely certain of that?
Everyone knows probabilistic variance doesn't occur. That's established bedrock. Not that I spend much time in the lab myself. And, well, with science, one is never truly certain. This was just a start. Such models typically make an enormous amount of errors at first. All quite expected. An anticipated setback, nothing more. It simply needs to be revised and refined. You certainly seem to be making a lot out of this, though, one must say.
Okay. The experiment ineffectively operationalizes Sir Bujold's already iffy research.
Really? I doubt you've had ample time to review everything assiduously enough to fire both barrels like that. Though I admire your operational candor.
All right, we need a left
There may be
turn.
some validity to some of your points, yes. But we'll improve. We will continue to stride forward. There's absolutely no need for all this doom and gloom.
All right. Are you sure? Requires science 9. Okay. Are you sure? Because our predictions imply both are inevitable if you pursue this.
Oh, is one of you a seer now? Because I put considerable more stock in the prognostications of the Order's prime mathematicians than I do any old run-of-the-mill soothsayer. Now, is that all? Because I think I've had enough of all this. Everything we've done here is built off Sir Bujold's research, which is quite brilliant.
Okay. You think it's brilliant because you failed to grasp all of its intrinsic errors.
That's both incorrect and rather mean.
Aww.
Ah, the experiment data just arrived in my terminal. Allow me to eyeball it a moment. Perhaps there's something here to help prove or disprove any of what you've been saying. There was some variance to the input data. Not far beyond acceptable parameters, but curious. Could explain the failure.
Still sounds within the margin of error. I mean, do we go aggressive on her? I maintain the underlying science is on. Yeah, let's lean on her.
Oh, come. One bad test wouldn't mean the science is completely flawed. I fear this was a waste of valuable time.
If I may, I have a point I'd like to add.
Absolutely, by all means.
There's a critical flaw in Sir Bujold's approach I think best illustrated by this English phrase. Time flies like an arrow. Fruit flies like a banana. I much appreciate this jest. Very simple, yet clever. Because in English, the word like can mean similar to or I prefer. And flies can be to soar, or plural of the insect.
She has a point.
Through this perspective, it functions, makes sense, is humorous even. But in another language where words' meanings differ slightly, it does not. The framework we interpret the statement from changes, thus rendering it uninterpretable. False. Bujold's method of shortcutting the universal equation is much the same.
It lacks context. When you extrapolate the data from the mini-universe to the larger one, the information itself may scale correctly, but fail to interrelate. This has been a difficult conversation. Challenging, disputatious, at times compelling. Yet I remain unswayed.
We tried. Our fallback plan's our only option now. Head for the hatch.
What was that?
All right.
You're starting to worry me. What do you intend to do?
Where is the hatch? Where is the maintenance? Ah, there it is. Well, I was hoping we'd solve this without murder, but... Oh, hi. Nest? How did a plasma grenade get... Never mind. Tippy toes, tippy toes. Probably need that science check. Alright, connect the ventilation. Unfortunate. Now we just have to hope that,
Fellow scholars of the Order, a tragic accident has occurred. During our recent experiment in Test Chamber Beta, we failed to recognize that ventilation systems had been left connected to Test Chamber Alpha. As you know, it had been recently refurbished as an enclosure for Ankaris Brun. She gave her life for science. Well, it's true that we found the related research deeply flawed, but she gave her life for the pursuit of science. As the experiment was a colossal failure, I, as senior scientist remaining, have determined we must abandon this inquiry and shut down the program immediately. Oh, such a terrible shame. Farewell.
Indeed. Now let's get out of here before they twig what's going on. Oh, okay. Anais has legged it. We should probably do the same. Hi!
I understand now why they say never meet your heroes, Intercessor Delgado. You've truly been an enormous disappointment. A key experiment fails and Ankaris Brun falls prey to an unfortunate accident right after you and your consort arrive. And we are all to believe these events are unrelated?
That's circumstantial and more than a mite bit paranoid. I expect better from an Order scientician. Even one from the Department of Applied Scientism.
Don't think I don't see your handprints all over this, Delgado.
Ah, this is your work. This is your first workplace accident and you're feeling guilty about it, I see.
Don't try to lay the responsibility for this on me. I'm not buying it. The Ankaris, poor trusting soul that she was, may have believed you were here in good faith. But I don't. You're looking more and more like enemies to me.
Right. We discovered... And she talked again, but she overlooked the shoddy science involved in the test.
The Ankaris was one of the finest minds the Order has ever produced. I'm well versed in manipulative prevarication from feckless mutineers. Try again. Or try facing a gauntlet of well-trained exemplars. I could always choose for you.
Alright. So you see far more than the Ankaris, then. You realise she's smarter than you, yes?
Are you done? I know you're to blame. I just wanted to see how far you were going to take this.
Well,
Ankaris Brun fell for any of it. Fellow exemplars of the Order, commence hostilities!
Locking them down. Adversary vulnerability.
Let me know when you need a distraction.
Target analyzed.
Yoink. His head's off. Everybody else dead. Okay. Yeah, no witnesses. Ooh, the aggravator, eh? Yoink, yoink. Okay, we are, not doing this discreetly, are we? Alright, and I thought we'd almost got away with it. Oh well.
Proceeding to attack.
Oh.
I have a fix on their weaknesses.
That's nice. Well, right, pop that. And we proceed to just neatly grind our way forwards.
Standing by to stupefy.
Clear.
I have a fix on their weaknesses.
I suppose the science skill was going to come in handy for something at some point. Yeah.
Back and scan.
Yeah, thank you. Stick your heads out, please. Yoinked. Hooray! Ding! How many more have we got to kill? Oh, that looks like, yeah, that's a nice. Right, it was worth a shot. Unfortunately, didn't go the way we were hoping, and, well, everybody's dead. Bit awkward, really. Alright, let's see. Guns, sneaking, lockpicking. Buy all of those, perk up. Deep drums, doesn't really affect anything. Guns with deal increasing damage, that should work quite nicely. Grim Visage, scoring a kill temporarily cause targets to be frightened. Might also give a few options there. 20% damage. Okay. Let's go with Hail of Lead for the moment. Apply that. Because let's face it, by the time we're shooting it, does generally involve a lot of bullets from this thing. Alright, time to wrap up. We are taking the somewhat suboptimal landing, but yeah, it's dealt with.
Oh, look who it is. The legendary former head intercessor of the Order. Another mission successfully completed. Made it through all that without a scratch, hmm? Glad to see. Say, I know this was difficult and rather a mess, but you listened.
Yeah.
You tried to do right before you did what you must. I appreciate it, the attempt. No matter how that may sound.
The credit or blame belongs to the commander here.
Ouch!
It was their decision, ultimately.
You forget I know you. You always thought you knew better. No one could ever convince you of anything. Before, that is. Good to see. Maybe you are facing yourself.
There are a few things I'm still not used to saying. I was wrong. I'm sorry. Please. And thank you. But thank you, Anais.
At any rate, I'm off. You all take care now. Marisol, don't be too enigmatic or anything. Try. Before I forget. Meant to give you this earlier.
Oh, thank you, Anais. Goodbye.
Guess we'll never know what happened to Anchoress Chow,
Oh, Brunn obviously murdered her.
Ah, right.
Thought you knew that. Perhaps it was an accident. Perhaps she simply wanted to knock Chow unconscious so she could sneak away. Or not. Indefinite immurement isn't for everyone. Even the finest minds may crack under the strain. But her canned feigned concern about Chow, how she kept changing the subject, both belied an underlying sense of guilt to me.
You sure you're doing all right?
Oh, not really. Not yet, at any rate. Everything's a bit raw right now. But suppose I will be. Thank you, dear.
See your Bujoul sure was something. Hope you didn't take any of her harsher comments to heart.
It's fine. I mean, it was a few hurty words or her blowing up the universe. So I can live with the hurty words. She can't live with a cloud of toxic gas, but that's her problem. Briefly. So, we need to...
Commander, it's customary to evaluate results after a mission of reasonable significance. Would now be good?
Okay.
I've had some time to cogitate over what occurred at Point Obviation. Some parts don't sit right with me still. Wonder if you and I might talk it through.
Go on. You stuck thinking about what happened to Anchorite Brun.
A bit, yes. With the work I used to do, I'm no stranger to guilt and regret. Midway into my requisite sleep cycle is when it usually plagues me the most. We could have done better by Anchorite Brun. If we'd properly convinced her to abandon the research, I'd doubtlessly still lament duping her, but she'd be alive. And yet, such actions were par for the course for me in the past. When my remorse for Brun rears its head, it will need to get in line.
Right. It should fall on her and that exemplar.
Yes, Southworth was complicit. And now she's dead.
At least we won't have to worry about the universe ending now. For that reason, at least.
I hope so, at least. According to Anais, we could have reduced the likelihood of that occurring by completing the brain off. It's not anywhere near zero, but it's unlikely.
Okay. And how do you feel about Anais?
She seemed pleased that we at least attempted to address her concerns, so I've changed, apparently. Thanks to you.
Ah. Right. You've been... the credit's all yours.
No. There's plenty of credit and blame to go around. It's been a while since anyone gave me a good talking to like Anais did. And I'll admit your influence has been rather positive.
You're welcome.
I'm pleased with the path I'm on now. I didn't think this is what the plan had in store for me. I've been facing myself with the same zeal I face my enemies. With tidier results.
Hooray.
Appreciate you taking the time to talk it over, Commander.
Okay, and if she wants to talk, I'm gonna bet Asa wants to talk as well. Where is little Miss Stabby? Hey, Val. Niles. Ah, there you are.
It's strange how I ended up here, leading the cult. If I hadn't started traveling with you, I may have spent my days hunting down the members I thought traitors and never realized it was Dagmar until too late. You may not have noticed, but I have a tendency to be a little impulsive.
Oh, yeah.
Reckless, even.
That's putting it mildly, yes. Do you really plan to lead the cult?
The cult needs me. They need my certainty. It was my deep faith that brought me through this trial, and it is my faith that will restore them. And I'm not discounting your part in all this. Like I said, without you, I'd be dead. The cult in ruins.
Glad I could help. So, one cult leader who thinks she owes me a favor. I may or may not need to ruthlessly exploit that further down the line, but we shall see. For the moment, I am going to wrap things up there, and join me next time when... let's see, what's on the side jobs? Oh yes, we need to deal with Laureate Craft's job, and also take care of a ton of other side missions. So, it'll be back to Cloister next time. Deal with a bunch of random things that need to be shot, and of course Inez's friend Trooper Ortiz and the lab he blew the existence of. So, until then, thank you one and all, and good night.